Select adventure, new guesses, new game. Straight in.
The Empire of Japan. After opening its doors, a push for cultural transformation.
Is this game all voiced?
Of Western influence to this far eastern island nation. The revolution washed over the
Someone's
land,
doing the
making life
talking,
in
what
the
the hell?
capital exciting and unsettling. It was a period of great change, and some was swept away by the tide.
And some were shot in the face parts.
But for one man, the turbulence of that era was just the beginning of an extraordinary story.
Ooh. He done been shot. Case closed. Figured it out, guys. Damn, I'm good at this. Supreme Court of the Judiciature, Defendants Antechamber 5. Okay. Okay, it's not voiced. I still can't believe it. I still can't believe this is happening. How can it be that just beyond the doors to this quiet little chamber is the highest court in Japan, waiting to decide my fate? What? Oh, no, nothing. Holy Christ, my controller's still plugged in and it's vibrating on the shelf. Let me unplug that. Fucking hell, that gave me a heart attack. Hell was that? Save your glares, murderer. Sorry. My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I'm gonna call him Ryu. It's easier. I'm a second-year student in the Imperial Yume University. 3 days ago, I somehow found myself in the middle of a horrifying incident, and now, here I am, awaiting my trial. By fire. That's enough! No monologuing! Oh. He's not obliged to listen to such abuse, officer. Who are you? I'm this man's lawyer. I'll be defending him today. Lawyer? Yes. And until the judge has given his verdict on the case, no one has the right to treat him as a criminal. So you will hold your tongue, or I will cut it out. Technicalities, look at you. You haven't even graduated yet. And yet, I still seem to know better than you how a court officer should behave. Damn told. Right, Ryu? Oh, yes, of course, sorry. What are you apologizing to me for? Oh, no, I suppose that wasn't my fault. But really? Oh, Kazuma? Kiryu Kazuma? Nani? But really, Kazuma, I never meant to drag you into this, I'm sorry. Ha 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 ha! There you go again, apologizing. Are you sure you're not Canadian? Just like always. Ah. Though I must say, you've been all over the newspapers these past few days. Yume University professor murdered in cold blood by student, but obviously you didn't actually do it, did you? Of course not. You have to believe me. I didn't do it. I could never murder someone. Maim, maybe. But not murder. Then there's nothing to worry about. Straighten yourself up, hold your head up high. You mean... I believe you. I know you're innocent, Ryunosuke. Kazuma Asogi, my best friend. also in his second year at Yume University. He's far more clever than I am, a star student in fact. He's even a qualified lawyer. Impressive considering he's not that impressive. Whoa, hey game, let me finish reading. The very concept of lawyers is only a few years old here in Japan anyway. My qualifications don't mean much yet. You said exactly the same thing 3 days ago, but I'm proud to have a friend like you, Kazuma, truly. 3 days ago. Yes, that's when all this started. Congratulations, Kazuma. It looks like you're going to get to study abroad at last. I know, it's been forever. I've been dreaming of this day. Finally, these government elites have acknowledged my academic achievements and success in courts. So you'll be representing Japan as you immerse yourself in the most sophisticated legal system in the world. I'm really happy for you, and proud as your friend. There's not a soul in the university who doesn't know Kazuma's name. He's a living legend. It's like there's some mysterious aura billowing around his temple. I want to bring about change in our own legal system. That's why I have to cross the ocean to see the real thing with my own eyes. The heart of the British Empire. I wish I could see it too. Then come with me. We'd have a wild time tearing up the streets of Her Majesty's City of London together. People don't realise that's actually the full city name. Her Majesty's City of London. You know, it's not just London. It's Her Majesty's City of London, apparently. I don't know really, I'm just making that up. If only it were that simple. Oh dear, look at the time. I'd better be going. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this piece a while longer. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. See you in English class tomorrow then, partner. It was straight after that. That's when it happened. Asogi, may I have a word? Professor, I didn't know you were coming. Well, this case has personal significance to me. But never mind that for now, Asogi. You should go immediately to the judge's chambers. You know, looking at it, this Kazuma guy kinda looks like a very young Kiryu, doesn't he? I can't unsee it now. His features are very angular like Kiryu's. And this guy looks like Sohei, not Sohei, fucking... Yeah, you know who I mean. His dad, his adopted dad. Shintaro Kazuma, that's it. Sohei was the Dojima guy. Anyway. I want to play the Yakuza games all again. God, they were good. To His Excellency's chambers, why? He was looking for you before. You advocating for the defense in this trial was a sudden decision. It seems there may be some confusion about procedures today as a result. Who is this man? I feel as though I've seen him at university before. I see. I'll go at once then. I shall accompany you. Alright then, Ryu. I'll see you in the courtroom. Yes, thanks, Kazuma. She's totally our Maya Fey, isn't she? I bet she's going to be like a spiritual person. This is awkward. If I may. Yes, sorry. You must be the defendant. Ryunosake Naruhodo, I believe. Yes, that's right. My name is Yujin Mikotoba. I'm a professor of forensic medicine at the Yume University. Ah, Professor Mikotoba. I've heard of that name from Kazuma before. As I recall, he's been pushing to get the government to agree to Kazuma studying abroad. Sogi has told me all about you. You and he are best friends, I understand. As such, I feel you should know. About what? Well, as you've no doubt heard, Asogi has been granted permission to go study in Great Britain. However, if he should fail to defend you in today's trial, I'm afraid that permission will be revoked and never granted again. What? As I suspected, you were unaware of this. I had a feeling Asogi may have chosen not to tell you. He agreed to defend me, knowing that if he fails, his dreams will be shattered? But I don't understand. Why would the government do such a thing? The administration has chose from a large number of applicants for overseas study. It's very difficult to persuade them to grant permission even in the most favourable of circumstances. I don't believe it. But I didn't do it, I swear. I'm not a murderer. I'm sure that's true, nevertheless. I can assure you that proving your innocence will be no easy task. You see, there are certain peculiarities about today's trial. Nani? What do you mean? You'll soon understand once proceedings get underway. But then what should I do? Well, naturally I'm not going to suggest doing anything that could lead to a conviction. Right, so as soon as the trial starts, the judge will pose a certain question to the defense. When that happens, you must answer before anyone else. You must say, I do. What? Am I getting married? Or is this... What? Hang on. Okay, I mean, Asogi's not my type, but I dig the sword. I do. But what will the question be? And surely not. Do you accept the accusation brought before you? Of course not. Defendant! Ugh. The court is about to begin. Proceed to the courtroom at once. It would seem our surreptitious discussions are to be cut short. So allow me to summarise. Kazuma Asogi must not be the defence lawyer in this trial. Are they going to ask me to consent to having a different lawyer? That'll be it, right? Of course, as the defendant, the final decision is yours. What are you waiting for? Do you want to be found guilty for failing to appear? Get moving. There's no point in anyone advocating for the likes of you anyway. Wow! I'd like to push for a mistrial on the fact that they've prejudged me. This is it. If this trial goes badly, Kazuma's dreams of studying abroad are over, and what's more, I'll be found guilty of murder. Oh no! And so, with absolutely no idea of what lay ahead, I embarked on that unforgettable trial. My one and only chance of proving my innocence, the trial that would decide my destiny. No pressure, basically. We're all good. Supreme Court of the Judiciature. Courtroom 2. Oh my god, my eyes are going all over the place. I'm like a Mass Effect Andromeda character. So this is a courtroom. Dong. The Supreme Court of the Judiciature. No court in the land has more power. I don't much like the look of those people sitting in the public gallery. Lots of military and other uniforms in there. The powers that be have demanded that this be a secret trial. A secret trial? A trial that's closed to ordinary members of the public. Only military and government officials may attend. What? But why? It'll become clear in time, but for now... You need to concentrate, Ryunosuke. Ryunosuke. I will get that. It's about to begin. Oh, damn. Hello. This judge. Was that... That was Pain that we just saw, though, right? Well, I mean, I guess this is like... back in the Victorian days, so it won't be... It'll be like an ancestor of his. Oh, God, no. The tutorial lawyer is back. Yes. The court will now hear the trial of yeah, this guy. God. It is! What's this? Ow. Oh, God. His name is Ouchie instead of Pain. Ouchie! Ouchie! Oh! Wow. Well done, game. Alright. Fantastic. I love it already. Ouchie. What the fuck? Alright, they had fun with that one. I can respect that. That's great. The prosecution is ready, Your Excellence. As is the defense. Oh my god, that's fantastic. Oh god, I wonder who's the gumshoe in this. Oh my god. We need a... I hope there's a gumshoe in this. Before we begin, there's one point of order I would like to confirm. Yesterday evening, the defendant made a last-minute request for a change of advocate. Oh, this is the I do part, right? That's correct, Your Excellency. I made the request myself. Normal procedure is for the defense's advocacy to be decided 2 days prior to the trial. As this is an unusual circumstance, I am obliged to ask for final confirmation now. Who advocates for the defendant in this trial? This is the I do. Yeah, if I say I do, I'm defending myself, basically. Who's going to defend me? That's the question the professor meant. But then, if I say I do, I need to answer quickly. What should I do? Oh my god. Already so much pressure. Do we defend ourselves? It is a fool who defends himself in court, and my friend would be hurt. I'm gonna wait and see. Screw the professor. Kazuma is the lawyer here. I can't defend myself. If I said I do, it would be tantamount to lying. And I've been accused of murder, for goodness sake. This is no time for lies. Try to stop fidgeting, Ryunosuke. It's distracting. But if I don't say I'll defend myself now, things could end very badly for my friend. Your Excellency, no confirmation is needed. I am standing here beside the defendant. I hope it's clear who will advocate... Wait, what? Oh, damn. What is the meaning of this unruly outburst? I would like to inform the court that I, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, will be defending myself. You'll be what? Nanda? What are you playing at, Ryunosuke? Ryunosuke's Ryu. Professor Mikotoba. I will get these names, they're new to me. Professor Mikotoba told me everything, just now, before the trial. He did what? He said that your dreams of studying abroad would be dashed if you were to lose. How sad. That means you don't have faith in me. I do, but apparently the character doesn't. Sorry about that, Kazuma. You've got the name Kazuma. I have total faith in you. You think I won't be able to get you off? Wow. No, that's not it, really. It's just that, well, on the off chance that things don't go well for me, I couldn't bear to be the reason that you... Yes. I knew that's how you'd feel, which is exactly why I decided not to tell you. Professor Mikotoba shouldn't have stuck his nose in. Very well. The court hereby recognizes the defendant's desire to advocate for himself in today's trial. Well, well. Does the accused admit defeat already, renouncing his own counsel? Really? Make no mistake, Consul. This merely shows the defendant's innocence is so apparent he's confident he can speak for himself. Isn't that so, Naruhodo-san? Naruhodo. Hmm? Oh, exactly. Yes, exactly. Exactly what I wasn't thinking. I'm not confident at all. God, those eyes are distracting. They're going everywhere. Oh god, it's the classic Phoenix, sweating bullets pose. In fact, my mind's a complete blank. I realize you're in charge now, but still, try not to look so bewildered. Well, for a mere university student to be brought before the Supreme Court, you must have perpetrated the most heinous crime indeed. As you are no doubt aware, this is the Supreme Court of the Judiciary of Japan. According to the very high standards of conduct are expected of all present. Do I make myself clear, Defendant Naruhodo? Naruhodo? No. There, I'll get it. Yes, Your Excellency. It is therefore my duty to assess your competence for the task you have undertaken. My competence? What does that mean? He's questioning your ability to do the job. Well, he can't be questioning it more than I am. So let's start with a very simplest of questions. Yes. Kindly state before the court the name of the victim in this case. Oh god, do I even know that? Did we even get told that? That's easy enough, I've heard his name more times than I care to remember. But now I'm drawing a blank. Oh no! If only there was some kind of record of the court, perhaps a court record if you will, that I could look at and the game will tell me about. Classic tutorial trial, yeah. I'm so nervous I can't even remember that. What was it again? Ryu? Let me guess, your mind's gone blank. You know me so well. All the relevant information for this case can be found in the court record. Oh, how convenient. But I can't even find that. There's no button for it. I don't know what the key is. You can access the court record with a press of the E button. Oh, it's E now, not tab. Well, that's going to be difficult. I mean, then again, the controls are right here. I'm blocking some of them, but they're there. If you ever find you've forgotten something, just consult that. It's all there. I just have to press E for the court record. All right, there's no time to lose. Press it. This is the list of evidence that you've collected. Try switching to the people with E. You'll find details about the victims in here. When you're done, press Z to go back. Alright. So he's 23-year-old, Kazuma Asogi, second year of the Imperial Yume University, friend, blah blah blah. Medical school professor, has authority in the forensic medicine. Lead prosecutor. Ouchie! Ouchie! John H. Wilson. The victim. My god, he looks like Watson. He looks like Watson, doesn't he? Yeah, I see what they've done there. John H. Wilson instead of John H. Watson. Nice. He was a visiting professor of medicine at Yume University from the British Empire. So there's a lot of politics wrapped up in this court. But remember, everything to do with the current case can be found in the court record. Now you better not keep His Excellency waiting any longer. Go on. Find the victim in the People's section of the court record and press R to present it. Aha. Yes! Yes! The victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson. Well, at least you can remember the name of an esteemed member of your own university. Dr. Wilson was a visiting professor from England invited to Yume University 3 years ago. Indeed, which is the reason why this case has such profound implications. The British Empire is at present our country's most valuable foreign ally. And as most of you will be aware, we have just signed a new treaty together after lengthy negotiations. There can't be anyone who hasn't heard of the Anglo-Japanese Treaty of Friendship and Navigation. And yet, despite the delicate circumstances, the blood of an Englishman has been spilt on our soil. You two are both undergraduates of the Imperial Yume University, are you not? Murdering a professor from the very institution that provides your education, have you no honor? But I didn't do it. This case is coming under a great scrutiny from our allies on the other side of the world. The court therefore wishes a speedy resolution to this matter. In other words, our feeble government is scared of upsetting England's policymakers. And you're a convenient and expendable scapegoat to blame for this crime. But that's why the trial has unusual peculiarities, is it? Exactly. Our government needs to convict someone as quickly as possible. All because the victim was an Englishman. Yes, Dr. Wilson was an Englishman. But nationalities and treaties won't make any difference for me here. The fact is, I was there at the scene of the crime. Oh dear, look at the time, I'd better be going. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a little longer. Good idea, after all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. See you in English class tomorrow then, partner. The British Empire, wow, it's incredible to think. Wait. I've seen that man at university. I'm sure he's a visiting professor from Great Britain. I don't know his name, but still, I should go and say hello. Bad move. So I went over to the professor's table and introduced myself to Dr. Wilson. Now then, let me pose my next question to you, Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency. How did this Professor of Medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson, lose his life? State before the court the cause of death. Cause of death. Well, obviously that was, Ryu? Remember, in the court record, every assertion must be backed up by evidence. Not evidence, but how? Find a piece of evidence that shows the professor's cause of death and select present. Do it now. That would probably be this. Post-mortem. Cause of death a little after 2 p.m. was caused by a loss of blood from a gunshot to the chest. The bullet did not pass through the victim's body. Present.
Yes!
Well, according to this document, the victim suffered a hemorrhagic death due to a gunshot trauma. Learn to read, you imbecile. That's the post-mortem report, I take it. Sorry, yes, that's right. The post-mortem report. In the West, a doctor dissects corpses to identify the cause of death in an autopsy. Here in Japan, a police officer merely inspects the body and draws conclusions that way. Oh, I see. As long as I'm not going to be tested on any of this later. Oh, but you will. This is a so-called photographic print of the scene of the crime. As you can clearly discern, scorch marks around the bullet hole produced by the powder explosion. In other words, we should assume the victim was shot at close range. Thank you, Consul. The court will accept this modern scientific evidence into the record. So that's a photographic print. Well, that's something I've never seen before. It clearly is superior to a drawing. The detail is incredible. Very well. I am satisfied with your answers. Let us start the trial. Certainly, Your Excellency. So, without further ado, in order to better appraise the court with the facts of the case, the prosecution hereby calls the first witness who was there at the scene of the crime when it happened. Oh, this is it then. I think I may have worked out what the professor had in mind. The professor? You mean Dr. Mikotoba? Yes, clearly you're the defense lawyer today, not me, but that doesn't mean... Well, I can still act as an assistant. Ah, of course. When he was speaking with me before, he simply said, Kazuma Asogi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. Smart. He really has been sticking his oar in lately, hasn't he? Maybe, but any help you can give would be greatly appreciated, Kazuma. Well, my first piece of advice is rein in that crazy look of bewilderment and control the cold sweats. No, that's gonna happen through the whole game, dude. Get used to it. Strap in for the ride. Only if you rein in the crazy headband and control the cold stairs. And your own personal, you know, like, wind vortex at the back. Witness, state your name and occupation for the court, please. Of course, my name is Satoru Hosonaga. I am the head waiter at the Western-style restaurant called Le Carnival. Oh, good. Oh, damn, dude. Is that a persistent cough? Because you should go get tested and get the fuck away from me, dude. I don't want your COVID. Fuck off. I guess, you know, this is Victorian time, so it could be the Black Death. Fuck off. Are you alright? You seem to be coughing up some, tomato ketchup. Yeah, it's got the Ebola. Like, no, don't want the Black Death. It's a regular occurrence. It really doesn't bother me. It should. You're coughing up blood, dude. Honestly. Well, it really, really should. As everyone knows, the capital's southeastern quarter was developed for foreign visitors some years ago. It's become a very fashionable district now, full of hotels to accommodate overseas guests. This grim crime occurred in one of the district's so-called restaurants, an Occidental eatery 3 days ago. Understood. Also, Naga-san, you will kindly tell the court everything you can about the incident. Here comes the testimony. At once, sir. And no petty interjections from the aspiring lawyer boy, please. Oh, but I get my cross-examination. Oh, perspiring, but... aspiring? It was just after 2 PM on the day in question. We have a few diners at that time of day. Hey Sam, how's it going, dude? How's life? Welcome to the Great Ace Attorney. Happy Saturday. The lunchtime rush was over and there were only 3 tables still occupied. That fits with my memory of it too. There was hardly anyone else in the place. Oh. It was when I was in the kitchen putting away the crockery and cutlery. Bang. A gunshot rang out. I hurried out to the dining area to see what had happened. I found the victim, an Englishman, slumped in his chair, and standing immediately beside him, gun in hand, was the accused university student. Hold on, let me just clarify something here. While I did pick up the gun that I found lying on the floor beside the professor, I didn't shoot him. What? Sam with the 200 bitties, thank you so much, dude. Much appreciated, thank you. And you're so generous, I appreciate that, I really do. Hope everything's going well for you guys over there. Objection! Objection! I believe I asked you to refrain from petty interjections. The court wishes to listen to the witness's report of what he saw, you amateur. But... The next time you interrupt in an inappropriate time, you will be penalized, Defendant Naruhodo. Don't worry, Ryu, you still have your chance to fight back. For now, we must just quietly listen to the witness. Fine. If I may confirm one point, waiter, standing beside the victim with a gun in his hand was the same person we see here in court today? Yes, without a question. I see. And apart from the accused, was there anyone else standing beside the victim? No. There was no one else around the table but the deceased Englishman and the university student. Wait, what did he just say? There was no one else around that table. What's the matter, Ryu? That's just not right. When I went over to Dr. Wilson to say hello, there was a woman sitting opposite him at his table. Really? That was not something the waiter could have missed. I've been warned about interjecting, but still, what should I do? Well, I mean, wait and see and then do it in the cross-examination, obviously. I desperately want to say something, but I was told not to interject. Ryu, if your parents tell you to study, you're the kind of man who would diligently get to work, aren't you? I suppose I am. I'd never gotten into the university otherwise. But you can't always follow the rules in life, you know. If you don't say what you want to say right now, you'll seriously regret it when you're found guilty. Alright, you've scared me. I won't forget that piece of advice in a hurry. And there is something I want to say. I'm just going to shut my eyes and say it.
Yes!
Just a moment, please. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone that day. I am sure of it. There was a lady sitting with him at the same table. Dear me, dear me. What are we going to do with you? With your blatant disregard for court proceedings, I'm beginning to wonder if you're not a fraud. Could it be that the accused, this mere student, is not a real lawyer after all? Well, I mean, no, I'm not. I'm a student, but I'm sure of what I saw. Osanaga-san, is there any chance you're mistaken? Perhaps your memory of the events is hazy? Did the glasses thing. Ching! No. The deceased gentleman came to dine alone. Liar. I don't believe it. I actually have a rough plan of the restaurant, as it was that day. Please have a look if you'd like to. Oh, well, if you just drew something to back up your story, I guess that cements the whole deal, right? Let me see. A sketch of the establishment's layout, drawn by yourself, I presume. That's right. I'm afraid I used the back of my business card. It was a turbulent situation. However, as you can see, the gentleman in question was seated alone. Yeah, I can just get a piece of paper right now and draw anything I want as well, but, you know. Well, you're clearly a very conscientious waiter. Thank you, sir. The court will take the plan and add it to the court record as evidence. Oh, well, is there a problem? And the plan to the court officer at once. Of course. Here you are. That was my last business card. What was that about? He's been completely calm and collected until now. Oh. Could you... No! Dude, just get away from me. Something clearly seems to have shaken him. The waiter's business card has been entered into the record. That is unhygienic. So the court has now heard the process of the case. Yes, at the moment the gunshot was heard in the restaurant, the only person in close proximity to the victim was the defendant on trial that day. It would seem we are looking at a black and white case here. Bullshit. Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency. If you admit your guilt at this stage, the court is willing to look mercifully upon you. In other words, you may have some small reprieve in terms of an inevitable punishment. I called this waiter as an unsworn witness in order to explain the details of the case to the court. But I must warn the defense, if you are determined to pursue matters further in this trial, the prosecution has decisive evidence from sworn witnesses who were present at the scene of the crime. What do you think I should do, Kazuma? What do you mean? Well, I'm going to be found guilty one way or another, it seems. Would it be sensible to plead guilty at this stage and hope for a more lenient sentence? Everyone keeps telling me the trial is unusual about these peculiarities. You've said it. Professor Mikotoba said it, and so has the judge and the prosecution. I'm scared of what lies ahead if I push this. As I said from the outset, I believe you're innocent. I trust you. And yet, despite knowing that, You're willing now to throw that trust back in my face, is that it? What? If the accused is in fact innocent, then a defense lawyer is duty-bound to prove that innocence by whatever means necessary. Are you just going to abandon that duty? Are you going to give up on yourself? The battle hasn't even begun yet, Ryunosuke. The defense pleads not guilty, Your Excellency. We invite the prosecution to stop making empty threats and bring out its witnesses. Oh, he did the point. Hey, that's Ryu's job, isn't it? Surely. Then we'll see just how decisive this evidence really is. Indeed. Prosecutor Ouchi, please continue with proceedings. Well, you were warned. The young can be so reckless. You know, many call me a saint, but I can be a devil when I want to be. Alright, cool. Good theatrics, I like it. In a few short moments from now, that dumbstruck young mouth of yours will be silenced forever. The prosecution calls its next witness. Very well, officer. Bring forth the witness at once. What the f... Okay. Witnesses, kindly state your names and occupations for the court. Yes, sir. The Great Nihon Imperial Army Sergeant Ayasa Nosa. Oh god, I see that now. Yes, sir, no, sir. Oh my god. The names in this game, they're so good. They were great in the first ones as well. It was like, they always had these weird plays on words. Yes, sir, no, sir. Reporting for duty, sir. I have myself. I find employ as a purveyor of fine articles of antiquity from the efflorescence of our nation, Nippon, and conduct my trade from Rasute, a humble premises in the 2nd District. Oh god. Kiryu Korikuta, at your service. An antique dealer and a soldier, what an unusual pairing. Both of these gentlemen were present at the restaurant on the day in question. They must be the diners at the other table that the waiter mentioned. Myself, I habitually take tea of the most exquisite aroma at the establishment in question, always post-noon, and not infrequently converse with interested parties regarding the curios with which I make my business. I can't understand a word the old man is saying. He's an antique dealer and it sounds like he's a regular at La Carnival. He seeks out potential customers who may have an interest in antiques and tries to sell his wares to them. He obviously targets La Carnival because of a high-class restaurant with a rich clientele. Right, I see. Although, to be honest, that sergeant looks more like he'd be a seller rather than a buyer. Now you both witnessed the precise moment of this most atrocious incident. Is that correct? Affirmative! The enemy unit was seen attacking the foreigner in what can only be described as an act of war, sir. It was that black uniformed robed infantryman over there who unloaded his firearm, sir. This man's as impossible to understand as the other. But I'm almost sure I heard a strange noise during that last thing he said. But this is the decisive evidence the prosecution was threatening. The soldier is claiming that he actually saw the precise moment you shot the victim dead. Yes? Well, are you starting to feel uncomfortable? If I'm honest, I was feeling uncomfortable from the start. Now the court will hear your formal testimony, please. You will state everything you saw at the precise moment that the incident occurred. Sir, yes, sir. Standing by to ready to report, sir. Unsavory memories of a most acerbic afternoon. Oh my god, look at his ears jiggling. I was ingesting a regulation beef steak at the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with the old man. Myself, I was extolling the virtues of a particularly fine golden curio to the military gentleman. At that precise moment, a firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's action with my own eyes. The black-uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian and from the back like a cowardly weasel. Oh, really? Yeah, he was shot in the back. Look at that. I mean, he was wearing his clothes backwards that day, presumably. What's interesting as well is the chair is turned around. Although I wonder if they did that after the shooting. Like, you know, to take the picture. Maybe. I was on my hands and knees investigating the whereabouts of my mysteriously absconded precious curio. So it was stolen? Well, so you, Sergeant Nosa, actually witnessed the vital moment. You saw the split second the defendant fired the weapon at the victim. Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. That wicked university cadet, sir, the cruel and unforgivable enemy. Oh, goddamn. Dude's pulling knives out now, shit. What times we live in where an English gentleman may be assailed in broad daylight of day. But this is ridiculous. I didn't shoot anyone. Is that really true, Ryu? Yes, all I did was pick up the gun and I saw lying on the floor. After I'd said hello to Dr. Wilson, I went back to my table and sat drinking some coffee. Then when I finished, I got up from my seat to leave the restaurant, when I noticed an English-made gun next to the chair where the professor was sitting. I thought perhaps the professor had dropped it, so I bent down and was just as I was picking it up. So a different gun. Well, if that's the truth, there was obviously a criminal on the scene somewhere. And somewhere in these two witnesses' testimonies, there's a clue as to who that criminal was. There is? Ryu, you must exercise your right to cross-examine the witness. Cross-examine? Do it now! Yeah, okay. As we've heard, Your Excellency, there is no room for doubt in the testimony of these witnesses. The defendant is clearly guilty. It is time to bring this despicable student to justice. Certainly, the testimony of the court has just heard eliminates any vestige of doubt. Therefore, it is my grave duty to declare the verdict. Excuse me. Hands up. Can I ask a question? What in the name of the Emperor is the meaning of this outburst? I mean, the defense demands the right to a cross-examination. Nani? Dear me, dear me. Let me guess. There's a Hachimaki headband boy next door told me to do it. How pathetic. Huh? How did he know? The prosecution objects. This is a clear waste of time. The defendant obviously has no experience. How can he possibly carry out a cross-examination? Again with the pointing, Jesus. The defense is asserting the right to a cross-examination. Whether or not you think he's capable of it is irrelevant. Oop. Kazuma is so commanding. Very well. Let the defense conduct the cross-examination of the witness. Right, this is where the battle really begins, Ryu. But I don't even know what I have to do in a cross-examination. Isn't it obvious? You have to expose the lies in the witness's statements. How? You didn't fire the gun, which means what the soldier said has to be a lie. Well, yes, but it's just a case of proving it, and the key to doing that is evidence. Right, evidence. Like the photo. All you need to do is present some decisive and indisputable evidence that proves the witness is lying. Now let's go, Ryu. Don't let them beat you. Like he's like slam on the table and he's like splat. Alright then, it's all or nothing. What the witness saw. Hey Def Denki, how's it going? The start of a great adventure, heck yeah. The other games, the original trilogy was so good. I was looking forward to this game when I heard about it coming to the PC. So it was an interesting... ingesting a regulation beefsteak while having a tactical discussion. Alright, let's press everything.
Yes!
Yes! Oh god, Ryu, come on. Dude, why aren't you saying anything? Is this some new interrogation technique? I hadn't actually thought of what I wanted to ask. You've just streamed both of these, a great duology? Oh, brilliant. Yeah, I mean, the first Ace Attorney trilogy was just fantastic. It was a good journey. Just ask about anything that catches your attention, anything that bothers you. Alright then, how was the beef? This beefsteak you mentioned, what kind of food is that? Beefsteak is a delicious cut of veal, vigorously cooked on a cast iron grill and served piping hot. Oh. If food could receive medals of honor, beefsteaks would be almost as highly decorated as a cutlet. Right, I see. Thank you, sir. So, next question. Although he puts his hand up like he's still in school. This cutlet you mentioned, what kind of food is that? Attention! A cutlet is a delicious cut of veal tossed in breadcrumbs and deep fried in cooking oil. Accept your guilty verdict, atone for your crimes, and when you're released from prison, try it. Yes, sir, I will, sir, on the double, sir. Sorry to interrupt, but how about trying to stick to questions that are relevant to the case? Oops, sorry. I'll do my best. So, next question. Is it just me, or do you keep hearing a sort of wah? Negative. Well, at least we've learnt that he's a big beef lover. Affirmative. It's not easy knowing what question to ask next. Extolling the virtues of a particularly fine golden curio.
Yes!
What was this golden curio? I have no idea what you're talking about. A Koban boy. Koban? You mean an old Edo coin? The day prior to the incident, a treasure of exceptional value from the Hoi period entered my possession. I took myself to the restaurant of the following day, with said item secreted in my bosom pocket, in the hopes of an affluent, cognoscent appraisal of its indisputable value being present. Okay, so you were hoping to sell the Koban coin. Could have just said that. To Sergeant Nosa, whom you met at the restaurant. Yes, it's quite clear where you're going with this, boy. You were about to assert that a penniless soldier would have no hope of purchasing a precious Koban. Isn't that so? Well, you little upstart cadet. You want to add disrespecting a superior officer to your list of crimes, do you? Blatant subordination. No, I didn't say anything. Although penniless might just be the word I was looking for. In any case, the hour was already late, advanced beyond that of the midday luncheon. There remained precious few present with whom I could engage in discourse about matters of business. The gentleman beside me, who was grappling with his braised veal at the time, was my sole prospect. and not Wilson? Could that be because the guy wasn't sitting alone and he wasn't going to go and intrude? I see. At that precise moment, a firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's actions with his own eyes. Okay.
Yes!
So, you're saying that you actually saw me at that time? Affirmative. I saw you. Laughing, cackling like a madman as you trained the barrel of your gun on the English civilian. But that's impossible. I only... Allow me to confirm just one point, please. What's that, Private? Thinking carefully about the statement you just made, it seems to me that it must have been just after you heard the gunshot that you looked over to the victim's table. And so, what if it was? Well, if that really is the case, it would mean that you didn't in fact see the precise moment when the killer actually fired the gun. And double R! My sixth sense. Sorry. My sixth sense of danger. I picked up on the waves of murderous energy radiating from your foul mind, which means a split second before you pulled the trigger, I was looking right at you, Cadet. Surely that's not really possible, is it? Do you think I'd have got where I am today in the army if I couldn't sense danger in the air, son? Well... It would seem this soldier is absolutely convinced he saw you do the deed. This is not good. The black uniform varsity cadet fired on the English civilian and from the back. Okay, this is the one we really need. So this black uniformed university cadet, you're saying that was... I've just about had enough of your sauce, Cadet. Who else do you see around here in a black uniform, Well, there's someone standing right next to me who fits the description well, but it was you, you little weasel. You unloaded the firearm onto that man. From behind his back, and you call yourself a citizen of the Empire of Nippon, you disgust me. What is it, Ryu? I'm not quite sure. It's something that the sergeant just said, but I can't put my finger on it. Something's playing on my mind. In that case, check back over the details of the evidence you've gathered in the court record, and if you find an inconsistency there, what the witness just said, then don't hold back. Well, we'll come back to this one, so hopefully it'll let us cycle around like the old games did. Present the evidence to the court, thrust it into the witness's face, and make them choke on it. I want to see what all the other pushers do first. I was on my hands and knees investigating the whereabouts of a mysteriously absconded precious curio.
Yes!
But the coin went missing. On your hands and knees? Could you explain that, please? That's right. Spurning the arthritis, I was in order to retrieve the lost piece. What lost piece are you referring to? Jeez, the Koban, of course. The exquisite Hoei-era Koban coin. Jesus. I had just been showing the rare treasure of the military man as he masticated his meal. Fucking hell. Okay, the old game where it was all still art, that was really funny. This is even better. I love that it's animated, it's great. After averting my eyes for the briefest moments, it was there no more. It simply vanished. The Koban vanished? Hence, I began to acquaint myself with the intricacies of the floor in order to locate it. Then it happened. You heard the gunshot, you mean? Alright, so that happened, like he lost the coin first and then he heard the gunshot. I was expecting it to be the other way around then. I was thinking, so this guy got shot as a distraction to then nab the coin. But, None other than, though it was of no concern of mine, I was frantically scouring the floor for the aforementioned lost treasure. So in fact, You didn't actually witness the precise moment when the incident occurred. Indeed, myself, I did not. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do here. Listen, Ryu. We know there are lies lurking in these statements. It's time to expose them. I understand that the question is how. Like I said before, the key is to use evidence that you've collected. You can examine and present evidence while a witness was giving testimony by pressing E. Go through each witness statement, the details about each piece of evidence, and compare all the facts. Somewhere in there you'll find something that doesn't add up. In other words, an inconsistency. When you find a statement and a piece of evidence that seems to contradict each other, present your evidence with R and rip the witness apart. It's very violent. He wants us to rip people apart and choke them with things. Just be careful, because if you assert a contradiction that has no basis, you'll be given a penalty. If you're dealt too many penalties, the defense's case will fall apart and you'll receive a guilty verdict. So that's it. Peruse the evidence in the court record and find the inconsistency with the witness's statements. Alright, we'll give it a try. You can hear the witness's statements over and over again as many times as you like. So keep your head and be measured in your attacks. Good luck, partner. Alright. So we know which one we need to press. Yeah, into the back. So we want to bring this up. I mean, that says shot in the chest, and so does the picture. So either one of those two would probably work. We haven't looked at the full autopsy, though. Well, not really an autopsy, but yeah. Shortly after 2. Single bullet, close range, fatal hemorrhage from pectoral ballistic trauma, no exit route wound, bullet did not pass through the body. So yeah, if he tries to claim that, well, I mean, I saw him from behind and the bullet hole was there, we can say, nah, not in the autopsy report or the post-mortem report. So I'm going to present this anyway.
Yes!
Yep, come on, Ryu. This is your moment. What are you playing at, cadet? What is the meaning of this subordination? Thrusting this wad of papers into my mustache. This is when Kazuma's like, I was speaking metaphorically, you don't actually have to shove it in their faces. But that was really funny. Inconsistency, sir. I mean, yes. There's a clear inconsistency here. What nonsense. What can this document possibly tell us that we don't already know? Well, obviously that, I know what I want to say, but the words just won't come out of my mouth. I think this proves beyond a doubt, Your Excellency, that there is no place for an amateur student in here in this grand courtroom. This is so frustrating. Kazuma, help us out here. Oh, please. Surely this doesn't require an explanation. It couldn't be more plain. This Ryu is annoying as fuck, yeah. Hey Narcon, how's it going? Good to see you. But yeah, he's really... I mean, Ace was clueless as well, but... Yeah, well, Phoenix, not Ace. Phoenix was clueless as well, but this guy is not just clueless, he's just dooless as well. To spell it out, it would be an insult to the court. Kazuma, what are you talking about? It's apparent from a single glance at the post-mortem report presented by the defense that there is a clear discrepancy here with the sergeant's statement. What? Nani? Sergeant, yes or no, sir? Yes, sir, no, sir. Yes, sir, what, sir? The statement you just made was this. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian and from the back, the cowardly little weasel. Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. I witnessed the crime with my own military-grade eyes, sir. But no, that just cannot be. And why not, cadet? Because... Oh, for fuck's sake, Ryu. It is clearly stated in the post-mortem report, sir, fatal hemorrhage from pectoral ballistic trauma, no exit wound, the bullet did not pass through the body. The photographic print of the victim clearly shows the same thing. The victim, Dr. Wilson, died from a bullet to the chest. Ah. Sergeant, according to your witness statement, the culprit shot the victim from behind. That is the obvious discrepancy here. Well, how do you explain it? What the fuck is that? Whoa, Sergeant, I don't mean to alarm you, but you have a baby growing out of your shoulder. Will the baby be testifying too? Oh, it's a baby. It is a baby. It's his conjoined twin. Oh no. No. He needs to open his shirt and it needs to be there instead. Start the reactor. Yeah, whoever gets that reference if you're old enough. What was that? Something just popped up from behind his back, but he pushed it back down again. Get in my belly. Certainly there is a clear discrepancy with the facts here. Would you not agree, Sergeant No, sir? I mean, the guy's got something tied around his chest as well. I thought this was like some kind of military rigging or whatever, or like a sash or whatever, but no, that's I bet he's got like a baby papoose on his back or something. Oh, it's like, well, the wife's busy today. It's my day to take care of the child. Yes, sir. At this juncture, that would appear to be indisputable. There it is again. Fucking hell. Until the moment I heard the firearm discharge, my eyes were firmly fixed on the delicious Le Carnival steak, sir. What? Nani? The last testimony the court heard has proven one thing beyond a reasonable doubt. This witness, Sergeant Yes and No, sir, did not see the defendant firing the gun at all. That's absurd. I think the conclusion we must draw is simple. There is no place for an amateur prosecutor here in this grand courtroom. Damn, boy. Ryu's like, oh, God. Oh no. There's a little papoose on the back. Excellent. There's been a complete turnabout in the mood of the trial, just from that one discrepancy. So this is what being an ace attorney is all about. Oh god, the little snot bubble. But I definitely saw him. Well, yes, I was there. The university cadet there. He was pointing the firearm directly at the victim's back. But I never fired that gun. All I did was pick it up off the floor. And you, old man, you didn't see the moment the victim was shot either? Myself? I have already been quite clear. The gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor. Oh yes, you were looking for the Koban coin, weren't you? Indeed, the prized Hoera Koban. Hunting around under the table, I was in case mayhap it had fallen there, and then it happened. Did he find the coin is what I'd like to know. You heard the gunshot, you mean? Indeed I did, but I heeded it not, for I was concerned only with finding my absconded Hoei treasure. Nothing could distract me. Out of interest... Yeah, here we go. Did you find the coin in the end? No. I see. That lamentable day, the precious Hoei Koban was lost to me. No doubt some unscrupulous scoundrel pocketed the prized coin for himself. As the sergeant looks away, like, oh, who would do such a thing? As I am sure everyone present is aware, this case demands a swift and decisive resolution. Our government has promised to send a full report to Great Britain by telegraph this very afternoon. Nevertheless, the witness testimony the court has just heard was inconclusive. No matter how subservient our government feels it must be to the British, it would be unforgivable to deliver a verdict on this trial right now. What is your position, Prosecutor Ouchie? Worry not, Your Excellency. The defendant may have fled a tiger at the front gate, but he will find a wolf at the back. Aye. Oh, not me. Okay. My witnesses have further testimony to make. Explain. Upon hearing their next statements, it will become abundantly clear that there is only one person who could have possibly committed this despicable crime. The equally despicable defendant, Ryu Naruhodorodo. Hudohodo. What? He really seems to have a despicable opinion of you, doesn't he? Ugh. Yeah, Prosecutor Ouchie, it's great. I love that. I just couldn't stop laughing then when he popped up and I was like, wait, is that Payne? Wait, his name's Ouchie? Oh, yes. That's so good. Very well, the court invites the witness to testify again. You will thoroughly explain the reasoning behind the prosecution's allegations. Is that clear? As clear as the Kiriko glass. As clear as Kiriko glass, Your Excellency. How clear is Kiriko glass? I don't know. Yes, sir, at once, sir. Awaiting signal to testify, sir. Excuse me, but there's something or someone peeking out over your shoulder, I think. Affirmative. The newest member of the Nosa family to rise up through the ranks, sir. His name is Aido. It would seem those straps are a sign of the sergeant being too strapped to afford a nanny. Aido, attention! Oh, damn. Your father is about to quell the enemy. Oh my god! Oh, this is amazing! That's so good. I love this stuff. There were some pretty great name puns later in the game. Yeah, I loved the first games for that as well, but some of the names were really interesting plays on words, or the way that they they spelled something else out sometimes, or sounded like something. They were very well done. Or how they at least just related to the characters. Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment the firearm was discharged, it's almost the same thing. Yes, pointing his gun at the foreign man, he was that young lad in the back. That much I myself did see. Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed they were the only personnel present. Indeed, alone he was, the Englishman, dining all by himself again. Not sure about that. Therefore, no one other than the black uniformed cadet could have dispatched the Englishman over and out. These testimonies are certain. Wait, that's nonsense. The victim, Dr. Wilson, wasn't alone at all. Please, enough of these outbursts already. But there was a woman. There was a young woman at his table. You must have seen her. Everyone must have seen her.
Objection!
Objection! If you call yourself a lawyer, then you will respect the rules of the court and speak accordingly. We are not here to listen to your fantasies. Ugh. It is evident beyond all reasonable doubt that the victim was alone at the time of the incident. The prosecution has photographic evidence of this fact. A photographic print of the scene of the crime console. Table set for one. Indeed, of the table at which the victim was dining, taken by the investigator immediately after the incident. As can plainly be seen, there is only one place set. They didn't have to be eating. Certainly based on the appearance of this print, it would be reasonable to conclude the victim was not in the company of anyone else. That doesn't make any sense. The court will add this new photographic evidence to the record. A bottle of carbonated water and a steak lunch.